Yeah, 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 come and take a look at the snow. Bright white as far as your eyesight goes. Come and take a look at the fields of snow. I'll just get my coat, then we're good to go. Come and take a look at the lake. Let's have a quick skate before it gets late. Come and take a look at the frozen lake. Put your clothes on, mate, don't make that mistake.
Greetings, holiday shoppers. There are now 278 shopping days left until Christmas, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Christmas Creeps, your one-stop shop for holiday movies, TV shows, and all kinds of fun stuff all year round. My name is Joseph Wade. I will be your host for this evening. Here with me tonight, as always, is Johnny Five, the human robot.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, John, how's it going? It's been a minute.
Yeah. I mean, even we get tired of doing the Christmas podcast sometimes every once in a while. And man, we're the ones who do it. And actually people have to listen to it.
I mean, I know there are people who specifically don't listen to us unless it's the holiday season. And those are probably the smart people.
Fucking fair weather friends. I wrote your names down. I'll fucking remember this shit, everybody.
Yeah, he's checking his list, and what is it? He's making a list and he's checking it twice. See, I already forgot the song. That's how long it's been since we've done a show. But no, it's been a minute since we've done a show, and it's mostly just been because, we do kind of get tired and we want to take a break, but also schedules don't line up quite the way we hope they do. And
yeah, what are we doing the show again? We people call in and tell us their car problems. Is that what the show is?
Yeah, people call in to tell us what kind of stuff they have, to sell or trade. This is holiday swap shop. Yeah,
we organize key parties. Oh, okay. I heard swap and I got a little confused there. Okay.
No, not the swap spit shop, the swap shop.
Okay.
Good Lord. But yeah, tonight is a stocking stuffer where we discuss an episode of a TV show. But also, since it's been a minute, we figured we would give y'all just a quick update about what's been going on, what we've tried to do lately, and some fun holiday seasonal candy that I have sitting with me right here. And I might as well just crack it open because this is how I want to start the show tonight.
Uh-oh. Tonight
I have it's a specialty flavor of Peeps, marshmallow Peeps, because this is the Easter season, and even though we're recording this on St. Patrick's Day, it's the Easter season, everybody. My girlfriend's mom found these and said you should do these on the show. So, Wanda, if you're out there listening, I hope you're not listening, but if you are, thank you so much. I'm about to kill myself. These things are red, and they look like they want to kill me. And the smell is just wafting, the hot cinnamon, hot tamale flavor is just hitting me in the face right now.
Okay. But, hot tamale as in the candy. For some reason, I was processing that as Tabasco flavored Peeps.
If I was a really crazy person, I probably would have found that and absolutely would have done that on the show. But no, this is just the hot tamale hot cinnamon flavor. Which is still I'm dreading it. It looks like it's radioactive.
That flavor is great, but it's just the problem is the Peeps aren't a good medium for it.
Here goes nothing. I already regret this decision.
I'm sorry.
My mouth is on fire, and it's only been 2 seconds. Oh God.
Yeah, the marshmallow just helps get it all up under the gums and everything, just everywhere in your mouth.
Yeah, just every crevice. Ugh. Okay. Well, we need to take a quick break because my mouth is literally on fire right now.
Uh-oh.
I think I'll live, but man, I wasn't expecting that. I thought it would just be a cinnamon flavor, but no, they put the fireball in it. Oh God. Anyway, where were we?
Am I gonna have to am I gonna get subpoenaed about this in some kind of lawsuit against whoever makes Peeps? Chester W. Peep, is that the guy?
Chester W. Peep. That sounds right. Who does make Peeps?
They feel like they're one of those candies that's changed hands 30,000 times because everyone wants to buy them. Everyone wants to be we can be the Peep company. Everyone likes Peeps, and they realize no, people don't like Peeps actually.
Well, this should answer the question. Their website is peepsbrand.com. So I think Peeps is just its own autonomous company.
Mm.
That is a surprise to me. But before we get into our main topic tonight, I want to mention real quick that we actually did try to do a full episode just about a week ago, and it fell through because
Brad went skiing.
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, it kind of is. Kind of is the reason. No, we watched a movie, and then you and I reconvened and realized there was absolutely nothing to talk about with it.
No.
And so it was The Night They Saved Christmas, which is a movie that stars, as a TV movie, rather, that stars Art Carney as Santa Claus. So we would have gotten, an Art Carney, connection in there. We've had him before on the show. And Paul Williams, who did all the music for all the Muppet movies, as his elf. And it was it was like watching paint dry, this fucking movie.
And also it was one of those things where they don't get, like, how, what's the word for it? Offensive seems to be a strong word, but not too strong. How offensive the basic premise is when, like, the main character who we're ostensibly supposed to be rooting for is a fucking oil executive who's, like, dynamiting the North Pole.
Yeah, he's immediately introduced to us just destroying the North Pole for, oil exploration. And we're supposed to care about this person? And it's just completely wrongheaded. And then the central plot is, oh no, they're going to drill and dynamite into Santa's village. We have to stop them.
We have to stop them by getting them to drill and dynamite into the other side of Santa's village, where the damage is quite a bit less. But still, it is still destroying part of Santa's village. It's just that's the part nobody cares about.
It's the lesser of two evils, yeah. But and then we thought it would be fun to watch a version of this movie that I found on YouTube that had, like, the commercials built into it. But even that was a fool's errand, because the rip that I found on YouTube had commercials. By the way, this is a movie from 1984. The commercials were from 2007.
Barf.
So, like, 2007 era, like, basic, over-the-air TV commercials. It's all Medicare this and heart medication that, and visit your local church today, kind of like commercials for old people, basically. And there's nothing even fun to talk about. And, like, there was absolutely nothing worth getting into about this entire project. Anything else you want to add to The Night They Saved Christmas?
It's like every once in a while I just watch a thing and I'm just like, well, at least we're recording a podcast on it, so something is going to come out of watching it. And then sometimes there's this. Yeah,
like, as soon as I finished it, I was like, yeah, we're not squeezing any blood out of this stone. Like, it's just dead on arrival. So I'm sure some other enterprising podcast out there can make a meal out of that, but we certainly couldn't. And I apologize. This is us admitting our failures live on the show. So then instead tonight, since this is a stocking stuffer where we do talk about TV shows, and since you and I are both big Norm Macdonald fans, I thought it would be fun to watch the Christmas episode of The Norm Show, the Norm Macdonald Show.
That show was great.
And it's amazing. It's everything that you and I love about Norm Macdonald, about, like, if you've ever seen his movie Dirty Work, it's that exact kind of humor, but filtered through, like, a late 90s ABC sitcom.
Which I think actually worked better, in my opinion, than Dirty Work.
I kind of agree, yeah. It's kind of more structured and a little bit more pointed, I guess.
Yeah, and just having more room for the jokes to move around, because you're not trying to have a plot going on as much in the TV show as you are in the movie. I mean, the show definitely had a plot, but not as much as the movie did. And there's no real sense of, like, the plot really needs to go anywhere or mean anything, because it's a 22-minute sitcom.
Right, and it's gonna run through, like, the standard sitcom plot stuff anyway, so you might as well throw in some very Norm Macdonald style jokes while you're at it. But yeah, so the premise of the Norm Show, for those unfamiliar, as I understand it, is that Norm Macdonald plays Norm, and a former hockey player who basically got caught betting on hockey and kicked out of the hockey league, and now he has to work as a social worker. I mean, he's basically Pete Rose, I guess.
I mean, it's kind of funny. It's like someone asked Norm Macdonald, like, Norm, if you could be like, we're giving you your own sitcom, you can make your character anything you want. Like, if you want to, like, you can make your character as like awesome, cool as you want. Norm Macdonald was like, I want to be a disgraced hockey player who's a degenerate gambler.
It's like, I want to be Happy Gilmore. And yeah, that's kind of what he is. And the whole show is just like him navigating having to be a social worker while having no real acumen for dealing with people at all.
And just other sitcom people are in it. And like the dad from Alf is his boss, his second boss. The first boss was just some nobody. He lasted 5 episodes. Laurie Metcalf is one of his coworkers. Nikki Cox, who has she ever been in a show that people have actually like? I mean this with no disrespect. Has she ever been in a show that people actually fucking watched?
No, I don't think so.
Like, she was in the show with the Bobcat Goldthwait puppet.
Yeah, I remember that. And it's one of those shows where like everybody plays characters named after themselves. Like Norm Macdonald plays Norm, Laurie Metcalf plays Laurie, Max Wright plays Max, and then Artie Lang plays Artie. And it's one of those kinds of shows. Which, again, it's like, yeah, really, at the end of it, like, yeah, who cares, you know? Like, jumping through hoops to name sitcom characters should not be, you know, that difficult. Just name them, you know, Norm and Artie. Like, who cares? But anyway, so this episode, Norm versus Christmas, which aired December 15th, 1999, season 2, episode 12, is the one, I think, lone Christmas episode of the Norm Show, where Norm Macdonald, no, that's not his name. It doesn't matter. Where Norm decides to put on a Christmas party at the social services office because he loves Christmas and nobody else around him seems to. And especially Laurie, who apparently hates Christmas for her own personal reasons. And it gets into immediately like the simple plot of like trying to show somebody who dislikes Christmas how fun Christmas can be. Like, how many sitcoms have done that plot?
I mean, the plot was very secondary to what was going on, because what actually happened in the show, Artie Lang got shot in the leg.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the machinations behind getting him to being shot in the leg kind of don't matter, because like they break into Laurie's apartment specifically to set up like a Christmas party in her apartment, and Artie, dressed as Santa Claus, gets shot in the leg because he's intruding in her apartment.
Yeah, because Norm and Artie's great idea is, let's break into her apartment at night. That way it'll be a surprise for her.
Yeah, of course. And of course, you know, she just castle doctrine just shoots Artie straight in the leg.
Which I was not expecting, like, the projectile blood from an ABC show. I appreciated it, though.
Oh, yeah. That was great. They didn't, not just once, but like twice they did it. And so then, of course, everybody convenes at the hospital where Artie as Santa Claus has been taken, and we're immediately met by like a group of Christmas caroling children who, you know, are so excited to see Santa Claus later that night. And then lo and behold, oh God, here comes Santa Claus on a gurney, squirting blood everywhere, screaming bloody murder. It's fucking great.
Yeah. And there's other things going on too, like one of a couple of the few characters not named after themselves. Nikki Cox's character, who's Taylor, and Ian Gomez's character, who's Danny, are like, they seem to have some like will they won't they shit going on in the background, I guess.
Yeah, and I honestly can't tell you how far the show teased that out, because it's been 20 years since I've seen it.
Yeah, but anyway, they're doing that, and with him buying her like a super expensive Secret Santa gift, and going back and forth with, expressing emotions in ways that don't just involve buying $5,000 tennis bracelets.
Right, and his understanding of like relationship, like asking someone out, is to rate them to buy them a $5,000 bracelet, but also to write them a "Do you like me? Yes or no" note.
I mean, dude, just got to find the third bowl of porridge. That's all it is.
Somewhere between those two is your sweet spot. But you know, the will they won't they kind of ends on a tentative note, because she's not really entirely sure how to take that, but she doesn't necessarily say no either. and we'll find out how that happens. Wait, no, we won't. We're not coming back to this show ever.
Well, not on this show.
I mean, you and I probably will because.
I mean, we can start the Norm Show.
Oh, we definitely could. I'm not saying we shouldn't, but we definitely could.
And then when we hit season 2, we just changed the name to Norm Show.
That's right, because it started out as the Norm Show, and then later it just became Norm.
Yeah, and then we could get a theme song made by like one of those Canadian like comedy musical acts that's like surprisingly more musically competent than you would expect a comedy act to be.
Yeah, like it's like one step beneath Bare Naked Ladies, but just barely.
Yeah, like one of those groups like this one's dug in the slugs. We can get like the arrogant worms, 3 dread toes in a baggie, anything like that.
Yeah, and I mean I've talked about Doug and the Slugs before on my other podcast, OST Party, so I'll put that in the show notes where we did an entire episode about like weird TV theme songs, and this one came up, so we'll link that in the show notes. But yeah, like this. Oh, I forget the other like the C plot that we forgot about. Laurie's client that she's dealing with during the Christmas party is a fired mall Santa Claus played by Danny Woodburn. Eli from the Santa Buddies movies is back, y'all. And guess what? I think this is his 3rd appearance, technically
he was
putting him in
fucking Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, this is his entry into the Triple Threat Club. So welcome, Danny Woodburn. Hail and well met. It's been long enough, Yeah. I can't believe I just said hail and well met on a podcast. I want to kill myself.
Yeah. I've been playing Elden Ring, speaking of Hell and Well Met. It doesn't have much to do with Christmas. There's a guy named Kale, one of the merchants. He's dressed like Santa, but I don't think he actually is Santa.
I would be surprised. Have you encountered any other like Christmas stuff in that game yet? At all? Holiday or otherwise?
There's a bunch of like weird looking fucked up people, and there's a bunch of dead people, and I got a horse. Like the horse is kind of Christmassy, I guess.
It's not Christmassy. You see them in a lot of Hallmark movies, so I guess they're Christmassy.
I mean, I found a second. I found a second Uchi katana so I could do power stance and like dual wield katanas. So I mean, that was like Christmas.
Just reminds me of that one Simpsons gag about a guy with 2 knives.
Geez, Homer, I thought someone with 2 wives would be happy.
No, you're thinking of someone with 2 knives.
I gotta tell you, this is pretty terrific. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You should put that audio in the episode if it won't get us Fox SWAT running through the windows.
I figure we're small enough that we can squeak by on that.
We put the Critic in there before, so.
Yeah, it's true. We have. Hey, is the Critic owned by Disney now?
Oh no!
Wait, maybe. Is Jay Sherman a Disney princess? Is what I'm asking.
Who actually owns the Critic? This is an important question now. Let's see. Who owns this? Gracie Films, Columbia Pictures, distributor Sony.
Sony. Oh boy. I guess Sony does technically own it, but it aired on ABC and Fox, which are both Disney owned now. So who knows? Yeah, as of 2021, the series can be viewed for free on Crackle. Okay.
Oh God. Okay, so Sony used to own Crackle, but they have sold all of it to Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, Chicken Soup for the Soul. That Chicken Soup for the Soul owns Crackle now as of 2019.
Why? What are they doing with it? Who?
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to do some patent troll thing on Hershey's for that one candy bar that they only sell in the 4-packs and like the mini packs now. I swear to God, I got a king size Crackle from a gas station once when I was 6. I've never seen one since. Not outside of those little tiny bags. Never, ever. I mean, I know it's basically it's just a weird looking Nestle Crunch, so what does it really matter? But still,
it's the principle of the thing.
Yes.
God, this is
this episode overall, like this is a kind of a fun episode too because the what the actual plot's about has been hiding.
Oh my God, Jonathan! What? Real quick, before I can bring this all the way back around to where we started.
Okay.
Chicken Soup for the Soul. It's one of its subsidiaries is Halcyon Studios, which is a film studio who specifically produced The Night They Saved Christmas.
Oh, gross. Maybe they shouldn't have done that.
So there you have it. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I was saying that I like this episode's kind of the meandering way it went to a plot, where the actual overall plot was, like, what was actually going on was that Norm was trying to give Laurie a good Christmas.
Right, yeah.
And everything else was just kind of like, you know, I don't want to say filler because that makes it sound bad, but yeah, it was filler. Like,
I mean, it's just standard sitcom filler, and there's nothing wrong with that, really.
Yeah, no, you watch a sitcom knowing that it's going to be a sitcom, and that's what I don't really like this. It doesn't go out of its way to not be a sitcom. I mean, it wants to just be. It's very much how Norm Macdonald would do a sitcom, basically, for lack of a better way to put it. And I love the fact that when they were talking about how shitty their pasts were, Norm just went like, "Well, no, I made that up. I just didn't want to let you win." Just one of the most Norm Macdonald, like, just that is just, out of everything that happened in the episode, that was the most like Norm Macdonald thing in the entire episode.
I will say that there's a weird charm to the way Norman is quote unquote acting in this sitcom, because like you can tell he's kind of just goofing on the idea of even being in one. Like every time something happens, he turns around and goes, "Oh, what are you talking about?" Like,
yeah, I mean, it really feels like the entirety of his character concept is just like, it's me, but like I'm just slumming it at like a public service job. Oh, I have to have, like, someone might ask, like, how's your character have money? Oh, yeah, no, I'm a former hockey player. It's like, why did you still play hockey? Oh, yeah, I got banned for gambling.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, his character, like, you could describe his character as, his character is the main character in a sitcom. Like, that's all you need to know about him. Because he's playing that up, and he's just making a joke about it. Kind of subtle, the way Norm Macdonald sometimes does, but he's definitely just goofing on the idea of being a straight man in a sitcom.
But at the same time, it's good because he is towing that line where it still works as a sitcom. It doesn't fall apart because it's too, like, you know, wink wink nudge nudge. Like, you can't make something too self-aware, because then it's just like, all right, we get it. You can't shit on the table and then be like, look, isn't it crazy that I shit on the table? Who would do that?
This is the second podcast I've heard today where somebody used that exact analogy.
Uh-oh.
That is weird. Oh, boy. But yeah, like, there's nothing meta or weird about it. It's just, like, the Norm Macdonald persona stuck into a standard sitcom. And it works a lot better than you would expect it to, especially for, like, a 20-year-old sitcom.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that gets me. Like, this is from 1999. Like, they reference in this that Laurie is holding an apocalypse survivor support group, because the Y2K thing is like 2 weeks away.
Yeah, she's like holding like a Y2K anxiety or whatever group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I think if we watched, the thing is, like, the sitcoms that people really remember, you know, watching are the ones that hold up because the jokes are kind of, they're good. They're, you know, good jokes. This one doesn't get that. I think this one probably could, at least based on this one episode, would deserve being up in that same, like, the show holds up as the jokes being funny rather than just I don't think anyone's going back to Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I went down a rabbit hole the other night where I just watched, like, clips of old Family Guy episodes on YouTube, and, like, those individual jokes are still really funny. And, you know, what say what you want about where that show wound up and how it's still going for some reason, but, like, when it was funny, it was really funny, and that's how these shows kind of live on now. And I think the only Norm clip that I know of, there's two Norm show clips that I know of that have kind of made their rounds recently, particularly after Norm passed away last year. You know, one of them was the weird Pokemon parody that they did. And then the other was the clip where Norm accidentally wanders into, like, a support group for necrophiliacs. And I know that sounds odd. I'm going to also put that one in the show notes because that's just a brilliantly written sketch.
And I know this had to have been the Norm show because I don't think Artie Lang was on Minute with Stan Hooper. And also I think they had like 2 episodes total. Of like, where they managed to sneak the word Blumpkin onto like network TV.
Probably. Like that's the kind of thing that you can get away with on Comedy Central. That was a Comedy Central show, right?
No, that was another sitcom, wasn't it? Like another that was just the follow-up ABC sitcom, right?
I mean, it was Stan Hooper. Oh no, you're right. It aired on Fox. Why did I think it was on Comedy Central? No, I think he had a different show on Comedy Central.
He had sports show on Comedy Central, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Norm Macdonald had a bunch of shows. Like they for their being like, I guess, the TV machine overall. To their credit, they tried to give Norm some shit to work with, but I think Norm probably became a little too like self-conscious whenever he started like maybe sliding into like a rhythm of just like, do I really want to be known for a fucking sitcom, you know? And I don't have anything to support that. I just feel like he feels like the kind of guy, like even when he was like at the top of like his career, he still would like go and lose all of his money gambling and then be back in whatever the hell bullshit he could find, you know?
Yeah, just because he knew there was an audience for that. He knew he could make a quick buck for it.
And the gambling was what spoke to him, basically, you know? Pretty
much. I mean, Norm as he is in the show, the character history, that's basically Norm. For better or worse. I don't know if he ever played hockey, but it wouldn't surprise me. But I guess what we're coming around to is that like even a show like this can put together a fairly like succinct, nice little Christmas episode when it wanted to. Like the ABC shows, especially like in the 90s, the TGIF shows, like they always like went all out for like the holiday episodes.
And there was always... One would... Go ahead.
Yeah, this one would fit like right in there.
Yeah, and I remember, especially with TGIF, always did like weird gimmick nights every once in a while. They did multiple like gimmick 3D nights.
I remember that, yeah.
And their Drew Carey show especially did several episodes, like I think 2, 3 maybe, where the entire gimmick was that everything was like goofy on the show, and like there was a contest where if you wrote in with all of the stuff that was goofy on the show, you know?
I specifically remember that one.
And I want to say the Norm show did one where it was just a bunch of movie like references and quotes, and you had to write down all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sure on that though.
I think too they like Drew Carey, they tried to do like live episodes every once in a while, and it would go kind of awkwardly. Just you're right, like weird gimmicks like that, or like the big one I always remember is Step by Step, because it was owned by ABC and Disney. Like they did a whole like 2-part episode where the whole family went to Disney World.
Yeah,
and part of that was like paid Disney promotion, sure. But also, like, yeah, it's just a weird gimmick we can do on our TV show. Why not? But, like, shows like Roseanne or Home Improvement, like, they always went all out with, like, the Halloween episodes. And sometimes the Christmas episodes, but mostly Halloween. And if we were a Halloween show, oh, man, we would get into that. Just rip into Tim the Toolman Taylor all the time. But we're not doing that. So I guess, really, where we're coming down on is this was pretty good. This was...
Yeah,
a good find, a solid entry into like the stocking stuffer canon that we've established for ourselves, and I would definitely use this as an opportunity to go back and watch the Norm show, because I think it's better than people remember it being. Yeah, John, what do you think?
Yeah, and I'm looking at Norm's like filmography. You know, there's so many things where I did not realize that he was in. I didn't know he was in that the Orville show. That was like, what if Star Trek was funny, but except they forgot to be funny, and then they made Star Trek Lower Decks, which was what if Star Trek was funny.
Yeah, he's on like Mike Tyson Mysteries. He plays Pigeon. He works a lot with Seth MacFarlane, or he worked a lot rather. But yeah, like I think the last time we encountered Norm was in that movie Klaus. He was one of the main characters in that, the boat captain.
Yeah. And I wasn't here for that. That was Sailor Madness, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was our show with the Sailor Madness guys, which, hey, stay tuned, because we got them on the docket coming up here soon.
Yeah, I dodged a Rankin Bass-shaped bullet by just being like, hey, why don't you ask the cartoon guys to do the cartoon show?
And to their eternal credit, they said yes. So stay tuned, friends. Final thoughts on the Norm Show. We've kind of run out of things to say, I think.
Yeah, I mean, to go our usual stocking stuffer metric, which is like, would you put this on as like background noise in a Hollywood, or not Hollywood, but like a Christmas party? Maybe a Hollywood Christmas party. I don't know. Maybe you're hanging out with folks like Dennis Hopper and Bob Seger and Sonny and Cher. But like, I'm trying to think of would I, because this falls so far away from the Christmas like side of things while still being pretty Christmassy, you know?
I mean, for my part, I wouldn't, but that's not a knock against it.
No, the problem is that the show has enough weirdness going on with it that you'd be like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, what is this?
Compared to like if you just put on like, you know, a Christmas episode of The Simpsons or whatever, you know, where that's perfectly acceptable, like kind of background vibes where you can pay attention to it if you want to, but like it's not demanding your attention.
Right. Yeah. Like you're not putting it on as like mood lighting at a party. You're putting this on because you want people to watch it.
Yeah. If you put this on at your Christmas party, it would turn into a watch Norm Macdonald clips show.
Hey, let's watch Norm's show. Yeah, I would honestly, I would love that. And before we go, we cannot leave without acknowledging the fact that this show does end with Laurie accidentally shooting Danny Woodburn as Santa Claus. Because you can't do the gag once without doing it again.
Yep.
And I think that may be the last time they saw Danny Woodburn on the Norm Show.
So he's dead. That's it. Bye.
Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas.